So what we thought we'd do is take another look at
throttle to fast, and pull the choke knob all the way out. Then turn the ignition key to start.
I think.
You can't sing all coppers are Freemasons. It's not that sort of thing, man.
That makes anti-gravity, right?
These goofs.
These guys are moving in slow motion. That guy sure didn't move that slow.
No,
he gets out at regular
The moment he starts running and you realize, that's no backdrop. We just zoomed in. So his scale.
A giant spherical art piece.
Here. Shall we have some garlic in here? Yeah. And that's not what we want to do. But here's what we're going to do. What? Just a little. Real quick for you. So now,
I guarantee.
That stuff is flat. That stuff is flat.
According to Wikipedia, in the context of spaceflight, a satellite is an artificial object.
World is flat, or word is flat, 200, please.
The world. Flat. Yes.
Video games 200.
NASA, correct. NASA,
What is Disney?
Disney is right, yes.
Video games 200.
NASA, correct.
NASA, no commercial partnerships.
That stuff is flat.
I'm Alex Trebek here to tell you about
NASA,
price, price, and price.
A carpenter uses it to measure a horizontal plane.
That height, you don't see
Level is right. I have to talk to them.
Universal Truth could be the biggest documentary in history. It only costs like $1 million.
Okay, let's do
To get a 50,000 ton big ship. No. We're launching the Discovery of Flat Earth project.
Now here it is.
I'm asking you a real question here.
Yeah, I believe it was flat.
That stuff is flat.
Stop. I controlled a barrier, but I think I don't have to do that so much anymore.
Hello, fellas. Everybody's here. Freddie, Tom. Good to see you, Mike.
How are you, Mom?
That stuff is flat. That stuff is flat.
Keep us locked up in this cage, Castillo.
Or strange, to a flat earther, space station's ugly when you know you're enclosed. Basin seem wicked, NASA unwanted, streets are all even on flat ground.
The following is a story from one of our unfortunate writers. During the holidays, I traveled back home to see my mom for what I thought was going to be a fun break, but things turned a bit sour one evening when she broke some important news to me. The Earth is flat, she announced, speaking in a serious tone, usually reserved for matters of life and death. What on earth are you talking about? I said to her. And again she told me the planet was actually flat, and all these years we've been lied to. The fact is indisputable, she said, immutable, incontestable, and she knew that because she'd been doing a lot of reading on the internet. Okay, I told her, state your case. This is how our conversation went. Okay, she said, firstly, you don't know that I'm wrong because you've never observed the Earth as a whole. From where you stand anywhere on Earth, the world will seem flat to you. That's a fact. I peered out the window. She was right about that. Things did look pretty flat out there. Was the entire world just one big whopper? So that's it, I said. Just because I can't observe the entire thing, it must be flat? No, she replied. That's just my starting point, and stop smirking. This is deadly serious. At that point, an image flashed through my mind of my mother surrounded by men in white coats coaxing her to take her daily medication. Okay, I said. I haven't personally been up so high that I saw the spherical Earth, but other people have, and they have seen the Earth. You can actually see it rotating on its axis. We've measured the diameter of the thing, and it's approximately 7,900 miles, or to most people living on this non-flat Earth, 12,700 kilometers. There are images of this big ball all over the place. All lies, she said. Those books have been lying to you. The videos and the photos have been manipulated. She said the Earth is flat like in ancient myths where a turtle carries it on its back. And what we observe in the sky is not what we think. What encompasses the Earth is actually a firmament dome, she said. NASA has lied to us and is in on the conspiracy, but that doesn't mean all scientists know the truth, only that they have too bought into this spherical nonsense. She said during the Cold War the conspiracy got going and billions of dollars were spent on space exploration. This money is still being wildly spent, and you, my son, are paying taxes and funding this rubbish. People have been getting incredibly rich because you take movies like Apollo 13 seriously. You're telling me Tom Hanks is in on the conspiracy? No, she replied, and don't get funny, you know what I mean. Okay, I said. I have one word to say to you. Seasons. Expand, she said, trying to sound scholarly. We have different seasons all over the world, ergo the sun's rays are hitting different places and they're making places hotter or colder. Those rays hit different parts of the Earth, and so when it's winter in one place, it's summer in another place. If the Earth were flat, all the Earth would have is the same season all at the same time. You don't need to be a rocket scientist to know this. She told me that the sun just moves around a flat Earth, so it hits certain places at certain times. She then went to get a plate out of the kitchen and began moving an orange around it. She said the sun and the moon were the same size, and she said the sun, that orange she was holding, rotates around the North Pole, which is actually in the middle of the flat Earth. But Mom, I said, the sun is much bigger than the moon and that is observable. That orange plate thing doesn't really mean anything. I also explained to her that if this theory were true, then New York and Los Angeles would see the sun set and rise at the same time, which is not true. There is a time difference, so when it's evening in New York, it's afternoon in LA. How can that be? She told me I'm an ignorant fool, but didn't answer my query. This was quite strong language for my mom. It seemed to me that all those hours she had spent arguing online had made her quite intolerant to opposing ideas. Dare I say it, I was offended by her breach of familiar decorum. Okay, I said, once I unruffled my feathers. What's at the edge of this flat world, and why don't things just fall off? She told me that surrounding the Earth is a giant...
You could skip this ad, but don't skip the part that can help you get the job.
Level ground. My dear sweetheart, it's clear we're worlds apart. For you it's spinning round beyond the speed of sound. Used to be that way for me. Copernican cosmology, the measurements have found it's all level ground. Manuals and guides for rockets, missiles and pilots, written before my birth, have too many references to a non-rotating, flat and stationary Earth. No surveys for canals or bridges or rail have a curve in the calculations, but I only have eyes for you. Despite all these observations, my dear sweetheart, the blue marble is commercial art, what we want to see. Because it has to be. No one knows we see too far for the Earth curvature chart. Mathematics have found it's all level ground. We were over the moon when we first met. Now you won't hold my hand or share the bed. We do not race among the stars through the galaxy. And big bang there was between you and me. My dear sweetheart, 'twas till death do us part. If you must leave our home and go it alone, say I've had an affair or two, say I took my love away from you. Rather be a deserter than a flat earther. All the time-lapse rotating films of Earth show clouds that never change, and the stars in the sky since the dawn of time have all remained the same. Water finds its level, but 70% of the ether's deep blue sea. But the only thing that really changed is the way you look at me, my dear sweetheart. It's not a journey I meant to start, I didn't set out to see original reality. Now I don't know what to do. Everything's a flat earth clue. Researchers have found it's all level ground. The truth will astound. It's all level ground.
Alpha indicates shoot deploy.
The navigation has confirmed that the parachute has deployed and we are seeing significant deceleration.
Heat shield set.
Perseverance has now slowed to subsonic speeds and the heat shield has been separated. This allows we have started our constant velocity accordion, which means we are conducting the sky plane maneuver.
We've lost direct grid tone.
Throttle down. Sky plane maneuver has started. For 20 meters.
Tango Delta. Anomaly. We're getting signal from MRO. Bring me stable.
UHF is good. Touchdown confirmed. Perseverance safely on the surface of Mars, ready to begin seeking the sands of past life.
All stations stand by for the images.
Yes!
We're waiting.
Stepping in the morning breezing, watching old bells passing by. How sweet they sing, oh how much I wish that I could try. Said I tried, and I tried, Lord I tried. And I try, but I got to think of myself, dust myself off. working so hard, not even piece of bread on the yard. And I try, Lord, I try, and I try. Yes, I try, but I've got to pick myself up, dust myself up. Start all about here. Pick myself up, dust myself up. Start all about here. Sitting in the evening sun and watching the same dust passing by. Sitting and wondering, waiting for the time for me to try. Said I try, Lord I try, and I try. Yes I try, but I've got to pick myself up, dust myself up. Start all about again. Pick myself up, dust myself up. Start all about again. Oh, how much I wish that I could try. Said I try, and I try. Lord, I try. Yes, I try, but I've got to pick myself up, dust myself up. Start all about again. Pick myself up, dust myself up. Start all about again. Again and again and again, yeah. I've got to pick myself up,
how what they think they're doing, I'd be very pleased to know what they think they're doing.
Totally took advantage of it. But this is very important, what we're fighting for. Because I'm tired, I'm really, really tired of the manipulation, not tell the truth, they're liars. And they manipulate our history books. The history books are not true, it's a lie. That's right, Michael. The history books are lying.
I saw you sitting at the center of a circle.
Objects to be signed, nothing.
Magic and these rituals, they do it inside of a circle. So they always have to do it inside of a circle. And if this music is spell casting, it's mind control and spell casting on the masses. They have everybody under a massive spell. Now next to him, the peace sign, again, which is another satanic symbol. It does not mean peace. It's a mockery. It's supposed to be the cross upside down. Obviously, I just watched the songs and the music clips online. My ears are still bleeding, so I'm going to have to go clean them. And all the other stuff I pointed out. So it is, you know, it's just the same stuff year in and year out. I think.
It's showtime. Showtime. I know that came from the Big Bang, and I'm watching it, and it's taken 13.8 billion years to reach you. But if you are that photon, it does not experience that time delay.
What a great science fiction story that.
Instantaneous.
What a great science fiction story that. What a great science fiction story that.
Instantaneous. Instantaneous.
What a great science fiction story that.
Instantaneous.
Know this young man, and he sent you a following DM. Why don't you read that? Read that. And let me tell you something also. Don't flout any of this stuff, because obviously, too, there are other people, you know, that immediately picked up on what you said this morning. You know that, and I know that. And let me tell you about Sammy Gravano. It's still part of that life. What are you doing on social media? Answer me that. Never do I ever respond to any of this stuff, because
I love flat Earth.
I want to start out with a warning. The Earth from space. Now, it seems to me that most people, and I really think it is most people, are compliant. And they go along with whatever the mainstream tells them. And this morning, I want to challenge you to question. If I do nothing else, just question what you have been taught.
You have probably seen this image, other known as the blue marble, hundreds, if not thousands of times. It was taken almost 50 years ago, during the Apollo 17 mission, yet it is the only picture of the whole round Earth that was snapped by a human being. In order to see Earth as a globe, you have to be at least 32,000 kilometers away from it, and only 24 humans have ever gone that far into outer space. They were the crews of 9 Apollo missions between 1968 and 1972, but only 3 astronauts saw Earth as a perfectly round globe, since you have to be in a perfect position between Earth and the Sun. Other men saw our planet partly in shadow. And if after seeing this iconic round picture, you still think that...
On the 7th of December 1972, the crew of the Apollo 17 spacecraft took the iconic blue marble photograph of the Earth. Apollo 17 was launched from the Kennedy Space Center at 12:33 a.m. on the 7th of December. Around 5 hours later, when the spacecraft had left Earth orbit and begun its course towards the Moon, the 3-man crew all began taking photographs with a 70mm Hasselblad camera fitted with an 80mm Zeiss lens. By this time, they were approximately 29,000 kilometers, that's 18,000 miles, away from Earth. This was far enough away for the entire planet to be seen through the spacecraft's windows.
I think that the Earth is flat.
extraordinary claims require extraordinary proof. So I am now...
Well, my baby and me went on last Saturday night. I had hair piled high, baby, looked so right.
My peace!
But Can't talk.
More pigs!
I stop. Educate something to say. Crow is back with the hip hop resistance. Grab the hold of me tight. Waterfall level. Alien night. When will it stop? Yo, I don't know. Check something like you know. Glow. You had a dream. Wake up to the scandal. The world's a straight. The truth is so fair.
Ready crew. Yeah.
This pretty day. Now I'll rest my weary head. Good night.
Just plain grumpy people. The truth is, there's not a lot you can do to stop it.
Do you find it strange? 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 Say that again?
You should read it.
Well, people don't die from anything other than COVID anymore.
Right. Every year, 70,000 or something flu deaths, and then this year's...
Let's talk about these anti-flat Earth defense mechanisms the vast majority of people seem to have. The first one is the term flat Earth itself. When people hear that word, or they hear you questioning the globe model, the moon landing, or anything of that sort, they go,